Hello everyone, it's Annie, and today I'm here with my February TBR. I am very excited. I am participating in 2 readathons this February. We have Blackathon, of which I'm going to be on the team Sci-Fi Fantasy, because what else would I be on? And then I'm also going to participate in Polarthon, which is going to happen in the second week of February. So I'm very excited about this, and I will start with the books I'm going to read for Blackathon. So first we have the group book, which I was also just recently gifted, and I have been wanting to read Escaping Exodus for so long, and this is by Nikki Drayden, who is a great Black sci-fi author, and it is about this generational ship, I think. Yes, generational ship that humanity has been establishing colonies within an enormous vacuum-breathing space beast and mining their resources to the point of depletion. So it's a really interesting take on space travel. That's already super unique. And it follows this main character named Seske. I think that's how you pronounce her name. And she should be preparing for her future role as clan leader, but her people have just culled their latest beast, and she's eager to find the cause of the violent tremors plaguing their new home. Interesting. This is also Sapphic. So this is going to be one of the books I read for my February Sapphic reading vlog, so look forward to that. For the next prompt, it is to read a book with trans spectrum representation. So I'm going to be reading another book that I've been meaning to read for such a long time, which is An Unkindness of Ghost by River Solomon. River Solomon is a non-binary author, but the book also has trans rep. I believe one of the main characters is a trans woman, although I'm not entirely sure, but I read some Twitter threads about it by the author, so I'm saying that it counts. And I have read some of River Solomon's works. I read The Deep and I really liked it, so I am looking forward to their take on a sci-fi tale. I know this is going to be a very heavy book. I think it's another story about humans traveling in space on a ship for a very long time, but there's also themes of slavery, so I am really interested to finally check this book out. And then the next prompt is to read a book that is between 312 and 387 pages. So I'm going to be reading The Space Between Worlds by Micaiah Johnson. This book is, how many pages? It is, I'm trying not to spoil myself. It is 327, so perfect. I've talked about this in one of my recent hauls. This is another Sapphic book, so it's going to be the second book that I read for my Sapphic reading vlog in February, and this is about a girl who can travel between different dimensions, and this is her job, and I'm not really sure what else it's about, but I know it's Sapphic, so I'm excited for it. The last prompt for the team is to read a book that explores the duality of loyalty and betrayal. I don't know how I'm supposed to look up books that fit that, but I don't know. I have some other picks by Black authors that I would like to read this month for other reasons, such as Do You Dream of Terra 2 by Temi O, which is, what a surprise, another sci-fi book. And it is about an astronomer discovering an Earth-like planet and orbiting a nearby star. She predicted that one day humans would travel there to build a utopia. Today, 10 astronauts are leaving everything behind to find it. 4 are veterans of the 20th century space race, and 6 are teenagers who've trained for this mission most of their lives. They will be locked in close quarters for 23 years with no one to rely on but each other, and no rescue is possible should something go wrong, and something always goes wrong. I just love that tagline so much. I have been really wanting to read this. This is a 5-star prediction for me, so I'm very excited for this. I don't know if it has anything to do with loyalty or betrayal. I'm not getting the feeling it does, but I'm going to read it anyway because it fits for the Buzzwordathon prompt for February, which is to read a book with a pronoun in the title. So you. It works. I'm also wanting to read this very short, cute novella, The Black God's Drums by P. Jelly Clark. I have read one of his short stories about the Jinn universe that he writes in, and I really liked it, and I want to read more of this author. I just hauled this recently from a book sale, and I and wanting to read it. It is kind of steampunk-esque. It is about Creeper, a scrappy young teen who is done living on the streets. Her sights are set on securing passage aboard a smuggler's airship called Midnight Robber, earning the captain's trust using a secret about a kidnapped Haitian scientist and a mysterious weapon he calls the Black God's drums. And there's also Oya, the African Orisha of the wind and storms. Interesting. Okay, yeah, this just sounds like an amazing blend of steampunk sci-fi and fantasy and African mythology. It just sounds amazing, and it's so short, so I definitely should be able to get this read in February. And then for my book club with Brittany and Noelle, found in translation, I'm going to be reading Small Country, which is another very short novel about a boy who grew up in Burundi, I believe. Yes, Burundi, 1992. For 10-year-old Gabriel, life in his comfortable expatriate neighborhood with his French father and Rwandan mother is something close to paradise. There are carefree days, blah blah blah, but dark clouds are gathering over this small country, and soon their peaceful existence will shatter when Burundi and neighboring Rwanda are brutally hit by civil war and genocide. I am very interested in this. We took great lengths to find a book that was written by a Black author in translation. This author, Gaël Faye, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, is a French Rwandan author, so he wrote this book originally in French, so this is in translation, and I am just so excited to read this. I have read other books about the Rwandan genocide and just the politics in general in that area of Africa in the 90s, and I just found it so interesting, so I'm very much looking forward to reading this. So then I'm going to be participating in Polarthon on the team Arctic Animals, I think that's what it's called. First prompt is to read a book with cozy vibes. So I'm going to be starting my Bronte sister expedition, I guess, into reading all of their works. I've never read a Bronte novel before, so I'm going to be starting with Jane Eyre in February, and I don't really know anything about it, but it is a classic. So I am counting that as cozy vibes because reading classics in the winter is just the ultimate form of coziness and comfort, so I am very much looking forward to this. And then the next prompt is to read a book with a snowy cover. So I have been really interested in reading Dalvi, I hope that's how you pronounce it. This is a memoir about a woman who took an ancestry test and she learned that she shared a lot of DNA with the Sami people in the Arctic. So she moves to Norway, like a really small island in the very north of Norway, and she has an affair with a reindeer herder there who then promptly leaves her, but she decides to stay for 6 years. So I am really interested in this. This is another travel memoir that I've been really interested in checking out. You all know that I love travel memoirs, and this is a very snowy cover. There is also a prompt on the same team that is to read a book with an Arctic setting. So that book could definitely fit for that as well, but if I don't want to double up, I am also really interested in reading the historical fiction called The Memoirs of Stockholm Sven. This is not actually a memoir, but I've heard about it from a Book Olives channel and I was immediately super interested in it, and this cover is gorgeous. So it is the story of a man who banishes himself to a solitary life in the Arctic Circle and is saved by good friends, a loyal dog, and a surprise visit that changes everything. Interesting. Oh, so he goes to Svalbard, which is an Arctic archipelago. I follow someone on TikTok who lives there. It's really interesting. But his time there as a miner ends when an avalanche nearly kills him, and Sven flees even further to an uninhabited fjord. Interesting. Okay, so this sounds like it's super up my alley. I'm very interested in it, and it also features a dog. So I'm counting that for the other prompt, an animal friend. Got all the prompts covered, except for the last one, which is a polar fantasy. I have two choices for this. They are both middle grade. One of them is Wolf Wilder, which is about a girl growing up in Russia where she basically takes wolves and like rewilds them, and I just heard so many great things about this book. It sounds so cute and heartwarming and just something that I would absolutely love, and it would also fit the prompt animal friends, but my library doesn't have it for some reason, so I don't know what's up with that. But I have another book that I'm very, very interested in reading called The Barren Grounds by David A. Robertson, and my library has it on audio. So, it is described as Narnia meets traditional indigenous stories of the sky and constellations in an epic middle grade fantasy. So it follows Morgan and Eli, two indigenous children forced away from their families who are brought together in a foster home in Manitoba. They feel disconnected from their culture and each other and struggle to fit in until they find a secret place walled off in an unfinished attic bedroom. A portal opens to another reality, bringing them onto frozen barren grounds where they meet Ochek, the only hunter supporting his starving community. Ochek welcomes the human children, teaching them traditional ways to survive. But as the need for food becomes desperate, they embark on a dangerous mission. Accompanied by a sassy squirrel, another animal friend, they try to save the mysterious place called Misewa before the icy grip of winter freezes everything, including them. That just sounds like an incredible adventure. I am actually really excited to read this. I think I'm going to pick that one. Now, for my last book I'm going to read for my Sapphic reading vlog in February, I am undecided. I'm either going to read One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston, about a girl who is stuck on the New York subway, who is kind of in like a time loop. She's from the 1970s, but she's stuck in the present time, and it's Sapphic, and it's supposed to be pretty good. I've heard amazing things about this. I really want to start it, but I also have an arc for Ophelia After All by Raquel Marie, about a Cuban-American girl who is discovering her sexuality. It's a YA contemporary, so I get the feeling I might enjoy One Last Stop better just because it has that sci-fi element of time travel in it. But I am so excited to read Ophelia After All, and I kind of feel obligated to read it because it's an arc, so I want to read it before it comes out. I am not sure, so you'll just have to stay tuned and watch that vlog to see which one I choose. Alright, so that is it for this TBR for February. I am probably going to read books that I didn't list here, but this is just what I have decided on for now for the prompts of the 2 readathons. So if you're also participating in these 2 readathons, let me know what team you're on for Blackathon and Polarthon. I'd love to talk to you about it and hear what books you're planning to read for them. So thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe to my channel down below. Thank you. Bye!